This is Sam Trump, and you are watching ArtistFilter.com. If I hear a melody, it's merely at your side.
Hey you all, you are watching ArtistFilter.com. I'm your girl Marquita Anderson, and I am at the beautiful Jazz Showcase this evening, and sitting right next to me is trumpeter, singer, songwriter, Mr. Sam Trump. How you doing tonight? You just had like a really, really beautiful set.
I'm feeling great. Like, we just did a full set of jazz music, a dedication tribute show to Chet Baker, who was a vocalist and trumpeter. First time performing my own set at the Jazz Showcase, and there's so many people out there. It was a full house, and yeah, it just felt so great. It felt so great. The band played really well, and yeah, I just feel great. I feel very happy.
Right.
Thank God that I'm just,
that you're here, right?
that I'm here and sharing this moment right now with all these folks.
Now, I got a question. Is Sam Trump a coincidence, or is that a name that you purposely put together?
Yeah, so my real name is Samuel Harris III. My last name is Harris. The name Sam Trump came from my older sister, who was also a songwriter. When I came back home from being gone for like 3 years, I came back home a songwriter, a singer-songwriter, and I didn't sing before then, so it was like a big surprise to my family. But my sister was pretty impressed, and she called me over one time, and she was like, "Yo, I got this name for you." And she was like, Sam Trump. And when I heard it, it just didn't register with me. My last name is Harris, you know, and it's a big difference, you know.
Oh yeah.
And so I didn't think about it, but she was like, "Yo, just think about it." Like, and this was back in 2008.
Okay.
You know, she was like, "Just think about it. When people hear the word Trump, there's no bad connotations, you know. Think about Donald Trump, you know, money."
True.
And that, like I said, it's 2008 because some people have different feelings now. But
Right.
but also you play the trumpet, you know, like, and people will not forget what instrument you play.
Exactly.
But then she took it further and she was like, think about Alicia Keys. Her last name isn't Keys. Did you even notice that?
Ding, ding, ding. That's
A
true.
lot of people haven't noticed that, but she
Yeah.
plays the keys.
Mhm.
John Legend, his last name isn't Legend, but he's a legend.
Yeah.
You know, so the name is very important on multiple levels. It has many layers to it, and I think that it's worked out for me. Like I said, when she first told me that, I was like, I don't know. But I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 days later, I went to an open mic. My first open mic when I was back in Houston when I moved back. Like I said, I've been gone for like 3 years. And I put my name on the list as Sam Trump. And when they called me up as Sam Trump, and it was official.
So good, right? Well, you know what was cool is that Alicia Keys, I did get that, but when I heard you and yours, I was like, oh yeah, he's done. He's trademarked a brand and it's gonna go far. So, you know, when I was checking out your website, I saw that you really explain your music, your style as like this young but soul. It has this youthful vibrancy.
Those quotes,
and
yeah.
it's kind of old school, but it's a couple of different worlds kind of mixed together, and it's really interesting. Explain that to us.
You're talking about the live and youthful yet grown and sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's just multiple quotes that I put on the website, and that website is completely designed by myself. I've been kind of like tweaking it off and on for years, and yeah, you know, like I do so much that I don't even think about putting myself in a box, and I don't want anybody to think about that. But also, I want to find ways to define it. You know, I want to find ways to where when people look me up for the first time, they can get some type of sense of what I do before they hear it. And so that's what it is. You know, live and youthful yet grown and sexy means that I could be in front of any generation of people today and be effective as a performer. My music is, speaking for my original music, is conscious enough to where it's thoughtful and it grabs the attention of people who are more mature, but it's also fun and it can be playful and it can be live and youthful enough for people of a younger generation to correlate with as well.
Right, right. Now you said that you went away for a couple of years. Was it for school, and then now
Yeah.
it's like, why Chicago now? And you're back.
Yeah, it's funny you ask that because it all plays a role. The reason why, so when I went away, I graduated from high school in '05, and then I went to Dallas. I went to Denton, which is right north of Dallas, and to go to North Texas University of North Texas rather. And I went there. It's a very, very competitive music school. It's one of the best in the country. And when I went there, I was competing. I was doing well on a music level, but on an academic level, my mindset wasn't there. I didn't want to really be in school. And I remember the day when I called my mom and I was like, "Ma, I don't want to be in school right now. I want to get out into the real world and learn things that school can't teach me. You know, I want to get some experience. I want to live." And she was like, "Well, if that's what's gonna make you happy, then do it." You know, big ups to my mom. She's been on point with me from the beginning. But so I got out of school and I just hit the scene hard. I remember one of my first jobs as like an entrepreneurial musician was I was transcribing horn lines for this guy who had his own wedding band, and like I made lucrative money just doing music part time. And I had a little side job. I started doing sales, and that's how I learned a lot of things with communication and marketing and promotion and talking with people and selling yourself. I learned a lot of that through doing door-to-door sales. I sold Kirby vacuum cleaners door-to-door. But long story short, there was this gentleman who I've been in contact with for a minute, and his name is Quentin Moore, and I became his trumpeter. And there were times where he didn't have his singers to sing background, so I actually jumped in and started singing background. This is my first time singing on stage. And then I was highly inspired by him because he played drums, keys, guitar, bass. He produced his own albums by himself. And I'm one of those type of guys who are like, I'm like, if he can do it, I can learn to do it. You know? So most of the stuff that I do nowadays is stuff that I've just said, okay, I want to learn to do this. You know, and I started singing, and that's when I went back. 2 years later, I went back to Houston and pursued the singing career. Now, to get to this, how did I get to Chicago? When I was at North Texas for 1 year, there was somebody that I made friends with who also played trumpet, who recommended me when he was told that Columbia College was looking for a lead trumpet player to play in the big band.
Nice.
And so he recommended me. They reached out to me, called me out of the blue. This was like after a year being in Houston. I'm fresh on the scene for a year. Things are like really working out now. Like my name is kind of popping around. All of a sudden I get summoned to Chicago for a full scholarship.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And that's what brought me to Chicago. And
so that's what brought you, okay, so kind of like the education kind of thing pulled you here. So how would you describe the scene in Chicago when it comes to just even the art, the jazz, just music in general?
I would say that it's very dynamic. There's so many different layers to it. There's so many different sides and parts to the art scene here. I'm a full-time musician now. I've been a full-time musician for 1.5 years. I couldn't do that in Houston where I was. But here in Chicago, because there's so much happening, I can be a trumpet player sometimes. I can be a trumpet player who sings background. I can also be a singer who leads shows, you know, and I can get hired in all of those ways. And I recently picked up ukulele about 2 years ago, and I've been doing stuff with the ukulele, doing my own acoustic group shows. So I can do acoustic shows, I can do live shows, you know, just. But I have a platform in Chicago to be able to thrive and do all of that. So I really love Chicago for that.
50 seconds.
All right. Well, tell us, how can we follow Mr. Sam Trumpet? Social media handles, everything.
So my website, first off, is samtrumponline.com. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, is @SamTrump. I was lucky. I was able to get Sam Trump for all of that. So @SamTrump. You can find me on SoundCloud. I have a ton of music that I've collabed with folks because I love to collaborate. And if you go to my SoundCloud page, you can check out a lot of stuff that I've done with other people and stuff that I'm working on now.
Awesome.